My name is Derbenstoff, but you may call me D, and welcome to this little challenge thing that I kind of made for myself. So there's a lot of Monster Your OC challenges. I looked through those. I don't really have an OC that I usually use for these type of things, so I just used me. So that's a thing. So it's my own little challenge, the Monster Me thing. If the audio or me speaking sounds any weird or anything, it's because my Audible, my computer, and my microphone are battling it out right now. Like, Audible cannot decide if it wants to keep my audio or delete it randomly, and my computer cannot keep settings for 5 seconds without changing them without my knowledge. So I did my best. I got the words out. I did record a lot of these parts over again because Audacity is being a little bitch. Enjoy! Alright, so I start out with a zombie because, very classical. It's what you think of to begin with. And I went for a very, classical zombie pose, kind of more comedic, not very serious. The hand reaching out, brains. And I gave it very messy hair. I tried to keep all the hairstyles in my actual hairstyle, just different levels of fluffiness and different levels of messiness. The hand hair was not easy to do. If you don't know, I still struggle with hands to this day, so I did my best, especially with the perspective of it, but I think it went pretty okay. The hair super spiky, and the thing is, my hair actually does stick out on the side, because even though I cut it short, I have colics and everything, so my hair does stick out all the time. So, with the eyes, I tried to give it a very dead look, with the veins and everything looking like its eyes are about to roll in the back of its head. And I did make it kind of look like a Frankenstein where it was stitched up. This could easily fit Frankenstein as well. It's just usually in my comics or in stuff, when I make a zombie, they're usually sentient, so I have them usually with a backstory of they were created instead of bitten. So they do a lot of time also look like Frankensteins all stitched up and stuff, but I think it can pass. I think the fact that the tongue is hanging out, flopping and drooling really adds to it as well. Alright, so this next one is a ghost, which I loved. It was very flowing and easy to draw. I gave it this mask trying to make it symbolize like dying from an illness, but it was just not working. I tried to give it very fluffy organic hair compared to the previous one, and I gave it that thing that Asian ghosts wear. I don't know what it's about. I just thought it looked cool. Don't question it. I made the tongue look like a ghost tail, which was really, really cool because my tongue is actually a really big part of my characterization, and it was really neat to make it look different. I gave myself pretty dead eyes, making it shadowed out, very sharp and serious. And I thought it just came together really well and just gave it a whole different tone than the previous one. I also cut up the line art a bit to make it look a little more see-through. It's the best I could do, but I actually think it turned out really, really well, and it was a lot of fun. Again, I used gray. It's a ghost. I'm not going to use white, but yeah. Now this next one was a little more goofy. I did a vampire, which is very ironic because I've had people say I look like a vampire. Don't ask me why. But if I was to be an actual vampire, I would so mess with people. I would dress up in all the classical clothes and I would be like, hey, look at my fangs, blah blah blah. So I made it really goofy and I had a lot of fun with it. It was harder to draw and it took a little longer because it had a lot more detail than the last two. But I gave myself those bat ears, which I thought was really neat, and my hair was more organized and less chaotic, as if I'd actually taken care of myself. Because I usually get up out of bed and just my hair does whatever. And I gave myself the crazy, like, I'm gonna eat you eyes. And I forgot the tongue. I do that a lot where I forget that my character has a tongue, but I added it. Yeah, in general, this one took a lot longer, but I like the fact that it adds little details like my mouth is drooling and my nose is all scrunched up. It's a very energetic pose. And I actually, for almost the entire time drawing this, forgot that my tongue was not sticking out of the box. A lot of the theme for this was that my hair and my tongue would stick out of the box, and I forgot the entire time until I finally realized, oh, it doesn't match. I think I did really well with getting the outfit to work with my tongue because I have problems with that. But yep, there's me adding some and adding drool because it just fit so well. And red is the only thing that works with vampires. It was the perfect color, which brings complications later on, but it was great. Now the devil was such a me drawing because I am a little devil myself. I just gave myself the spiky eyes, the evil, like I'm going to hunt you down, and the old, evil villain pose. It was great. It was not easy to do because I suck at drawing hands, but it was fun. I always loved drawing myself as the mischievous evil one. Here I am drawing the fingers and the arms. It didn't work very well. I have difficulty drawing hands and it just wasn't, I'm trying to adjust it and make it work, and it just took forever. In general, the arms still kind of look weird, but you know what? It turned out okay. The tongue is great because I like drawing the bottom of the tongue too, because, I can. I tried different horns because I actually prefer the ones on the front of the head because it's not used as often. And the little nose and little smirk, the smirk that I have, and just the teeth, all little details came together really, really well. And I like the ears as well, perked up like a bat. Again, it's a monster me thing. And I gave it a little unique outfit, just a tank top and like some gloves, little tail in the background, just all little details pulled together really well. Why did I erase the eye? Okay, I redid the eye. I don't remember doing that, but oh yeah, it made me look a little more, yeah. But with the previous one I used red, so I had to use orange, and it actually surprisingly turned out really well. I was really worried that I needed a red for this, but yeah. Now the robot I think was one of my favorites, just a very stern, symmetrical, emotionless me was a lot of fun. And so I gave myself like really straight hair, just a completely emotionless face, and even my tongue was robotic. And as you can tell, I gave myself a lot sharper edges, and again, even my hair was sharper, and I shaved the side of my head so it wasn't messy. And my tongue, it's just made out of triangles basically, and it has a little glowing dot on it. And I just recently learned how to do robots, so it was fun. With my eyes, I had the eyelashes underneath because it doesn't have skin. I can't show the, tired marks under it, so I just put eyelashes to emphasize the darkness underneath the eyes. But since I learned how to do robots, I always like to sneak them into little things because they're so much fun to do. And I have my own style for my robots and my own themes for them. But it worked really well, and I thought it was super cool, just me as a robot. And I made the background color blue actually instead of gray because I already used gray. And it reminded me of the colors they used in Detroit Become Human, so I thought that was cool. Now this last one, the Kraken, was very ambitious, and it was actually way more complicated than I thought it would be. I thought I'd throw in a little twist for you guys and make my tongue a tentacle to be the Kraken. I just think giving my tongue that little bit of personality would just put it over the edge. So it's me goofing off and blowing bubbles into the tentacle, sorry. And as you can see, I couldn't draw the hat. I actually looked up how to draw the pirate hat. Couldn't do it. It was so complicated. So I just gave myself greasy, messy hair and then just yay face. And I actually just put the dots and the slime on the tentacle, and it turned out really, really well. But it was not easy. This was definitely the one that took me the longest, and it was the most complicated, I think. And the eye here, it took me forever because I couldn't figure it out. It just wasn't working. So I erased it a bunch of times and I tried to redraw it, and I think eventually I just gave up and just stuck with something even though it didn't look right. But in general, I think it actually turned out really okay. It's really goofy It's makes me kind of look like I'm wearing an oversized costume, kind of like a little kid. And just in general, I thought it was like a really just fun-loving version of myself as a monster. And just the little details and everything pulled it all together. And I think compared to anyone else that would do this challenge, having a tentacle coming out of your chest is a little weird for a kraken. But it works because that's my character. They're quite weird. It's only now that I realize how weird my design is. But I think it turned out brilliantly, and I really loved it, and I'm glad I did it this way. And I made the background purple, of course. Playful color and everything, and it turned out really, really well. And I'm glad I did this challenge for this alone. Alright, so if you like that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. And I do a lot of art stuff on my channel. I don't know what I'm doing, so if you like something and you want me to do it, and you comment that you want me to do it again, I will actually do it again. So, there's that. I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.